Horrible things happen to people. All the time, everywhere. No one is exempt. We've all been victimized or traumatized at some point or many points along our journey. A problem in our world today is an overemphasis on trauma, to a point of indulgence. Our culture has come to relish victimhood. It celebrates it. The mainstream loves reminding people to remind themselves of their trauma. You are damaged. You are broken. Well, if you think you are, you are. Why does society encourage the victim mentality? So we remain subservient, always bowing to and worshiping the parental authority. So we stay stuck in a perpetual cycle of blame. So we always have the perfect justification for our less than ideal circumstances. So we're directed away from self-ownership. So we never realize our personal power and potential impact on the world. All of the above? I don't know. I'm honestly asking. But what I do know is that many people allow their trauma to be the defining characteristic of their identity, the highlight in their bio, the reason why they do or don't do things, the reason why they can't overcome or face certain fears and obstacles. Their trauma becomes their crutch. And too often, the trauma offers the perfect excuse for why or why not. And listen, I get it. We can't always control our circumstances. But we can control our reactions, our actions, and our behavior. Trauma is used as a shield against personal accountability. But your life changes on a dime the moment you accept it's my fault. To be clear, it's not your fault you were abused, neglected, or subjected to something awful. But it is your fault if you continue to let it define your current reality. Holding on to your trauma makes you a slave to your past. Now, I'm not suggesting you pretend like nothing happened. You have the power to control the narrative. Your story's not written. You are writing it in real time every minute of every day. Wear your scars with your head held high. Don't hide behind them. The key to your personal freedom is not in an overthrow of the government. It's accepting full responsibility for your life and current situation. A traumatic experience is something that happens, and things happen all the time. Life happens. It's your job to keep going, keep moving, and keep progressing in spite of the wounds you've endured, to find strength in weakness, resilience in defeat. Another very common problem in our society today is people claiming negative thoughts, emotional states, and poor habits as their own. My anxiety, my addictive personality, my chronic stress. None of these things are you. But they will continue to plague your experience if you think they are. Personal problems are more addictive than drugs. Not to sound trite or repeat something you've heard a million times, but there is a silver lining in everything that happens to us. Lessons are available everywhere. Think of people you admire. Their stories are inspiring because of what they overcame, because of what they've achieved against all odds. When you transcend your trauma, you help others transcend theirs. One of my favorite songs of all time is Row, Row, Row Your Boat. I have 3 very small children, so I'm immersed in lullabies, and I've probably sung this song 100 times, so I've had a lot of time to contemplate its meaning. It's profound in its simple summation of the human experience. Life is but a dream. Our memories are like dreams. They're fragmented, splotchy, just like dreams. It's hard to recall much about a day in which a memorable event, experience, moment, or conversation occurred, but what you do remember is how you felt. We forget the details of our day almost instantly, which is probably for the better. It's good to acknowledge the past, but not dwell on it. So, in hindsight, the highest highs and the lowest lows are what stand out the most. Remembering trauma is to remember something impactful in an otherwise mostly forgettable stream of experiences. Transmute anger, resentment, pain, and sorrow into gratitude and wisdom. Something significant, something memorable happened to you. Reframe the situation. Your decision to make the most of everything that happens to you is your key to greatness, to becoming the ultimate version of yourself, to activating the potential you that's literally woven into your DNA. Evolution should span a lifetime, but most people throw up the white flag the moment the going gets tough. They declare to the world and to themselves, I can't because... And thus a nail is driven into the coffin of what could be. I recognize that my stance is a contrarian one. I accept that. And just to be clear, I support people healing themselves and doing what's required to be healed, as long as that healing process or modality doesn't become another crutch. In my experience, the best way to overcome trauma, depression, anxiety, heartbreak, failure, disappointment, betrayal, humiliation is to prove to yourself what you're capable of. Be undeniable. Establish a specific goal and set out to achieve it, and don't stop until you do. And then don't stop. Keep going. Focus your attention and your thoughts on your objective. Construct a game plan. Prioritize your necessary tasks. Some will get you closer to your goal, some won't. Identify what's not working and adjust along the way. If you can learn to control your mind, you can control your time. And with control of your time comes control of your circumstances, barring the unexpected and inevitable things that just happen. And here's the thing. The majority of society will never understand this. Only a true, non-conforming individual can become the architect of his or her own life. Clarity and specificity in your goals are the only way to ensure success. Otherwise, confusion will reflect in your life and environment. You and you alone hold the power to call your own shots. I teach all this and more in my program, The Self-Reliant Way. If you're watching this video on the day of its release or even the day after, there is still time to sign up for the April Sprint, but enrollment closes on April 2nd at midnight. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your time and attention. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're in the Sprint, I'll see you later this week, and if not, I will see you next week for another video. Much love.